Let's talk New York Mets baseball. The Mets lose 7-4 in game 3 versus San Francisco, and it's no big deal, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you my thoughts on why I think this isn't really a big deal. It's just a loss. It's just another loss. That's all it is. First of all, thank you to my subscribers, listeners, whoever's here listening. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Just wanted to throw that out there. The Mets are now 14-8 record-wise after losing yesterday to the Giants. They're still second in the NL East, but it's a close second. The Braves are at first, or they're in first, at 14-7. As far as percentages are concerned, we're talking a .667 versus .636. Not a big difference at all. It's not like we're so many games behind or whatnot. I saw a couple of other outlets saying that we struggled yesterday, this, that, and the third. So what? It's one game. League-wide, there's only 3 teams with more wins than the Mets: the Rays, Pirates, and Brewers. The Rays are at 18. They're just having a phenomenal season. A lot of people say they haven't played anybody yet. That's why their record is so good, but they've got 18 wins. Pirates and Brewers both have 15. So this loss really isn't that big of a deal. We've got 14 wins. They took the first 2 games of the series, and this last game wasn't a blowout at all. They still managed to put 4 runs on the board. In 3 games, we're talking 20 runs. So the offense is definitely still there. Nimmo and Alonso have a lot to do with that. Nimmo is 7th in the league in hits. Alonso, as we know, is 1st in the league in home runs. These two are doing a lot to help carry the team, especially Alonso. I mean, you take him out of the equation, we might be having a whole different conversation. We've already addressed that in other videos. If you watch everything, you already know. Nimmo had a homer in the top of the 3rd. Brett Baty, Starling Marte, and Daniel Vogelback, they all drove in runs. So it wasn't necessarily an offensive issue. I'm happy for Brett Baty. Seems like he's getting settled in. But even if we do say that it was an issue with David Peterson or defensively, I don't think it holds up. Peterson is a left-hander. The Giants have struggled with left-handers so far, and I think it was just the Giants' day in the sun. Peterson went 5 innings. He had 1 walk and 8 strikeouts. That's not horrible. The only thing that really did him in was the homers. That was basically it. It's not as if he, pitched a horrible game. I always say that these guys are all big league players. They're going to hit. They're going to do good sometimes. You brush it off and you go on to the next game. It sucks for Peterson because his ERA is through the roof now at 7.36, but it is what it is. Other good news, it looks like we have ourselves a pitcher that might turn out to be rock solid in Edwin Uceda. Also, Lucchesi, he had a marvelous game in game 2. I mean, that's 2 pitchers right there who we might be able to rely on. This is great news for the team. Uceda had 3 shutout innings with 3 strikeouts. Nothing to complain about there. I'd love to see him keep that up. We could really use that in the pen. All in all, I just really don't think that this loss is a big deal. I think it's just baseball. You're not going to win every game. It's no big deal in my opinion. And to be honest, they're beating teams that they're supposed to beat. If the Mets didn't win the A series, then there's a problem. Then we're having a different conversation. So nothing to really worry about. It's not as if we're doing that horrible. I've just seen a couple of people saying, other things or whatnot. So figured I'd throw it out there. Game 4 of this dance with the Giants is today at 7:10 p.m. I'd love to see the Mets get the series 3-1, but if it ends up a 2-2 series, then okay, fine. We move on and go see the Nationals on Tuesday. They'll get a day off, travel, and go dance with the Nationals. All in all, if you look at the league, look at the hitters we have and the hitters that we have that are getting comfortable, like a Brett Baty, like a Francisco Alvarez. I think we're heading in the right direction. Buck has made some changes that everybody wanted. I think there's a couple of more that people would love to see. There's a couple of guys down there still in Syracuse down in the Triple A's, who people would love to see. We'll see what happens. So I'm confident that this system is working, even with a few bumps. But in the end, I think we're going to see the results. We're just going to have to wait and see. We're just going to have to take a little bit of time and wait and see. That's all. But that's it. Just wanted to give a quick little thought, quick little recap on the game. If you watch the game or if you check the highlights, highlights, you know what happened. Not going to go through all of that. Just wanted to throw this out there. Thanks for listening. If you're still here, I really appreciate you. I appreciate my subscribers. I appreciate everybody who listens and appreciates the channel. And just stay tuned because I'll be back with the lineup here shortly, later on this afternoon. Hope you're having a good weekend, and let's go Mets.